Hello there, this is Coach Sammy 33. The season is almost over, and we're going to take one last look at what's going on with Tulane. Our season isn't over. We're definitely going to be going bowling. You see, we're 9-1 right there, and 6-0 in conference play. So we're going to have an extra game. Let's kind of look at what we have going on and prep for a likely conference championship game. So looking at the schedule, remember how the season started. We had the road win against Boise and then the loss to Duke. But since then, we have been playing some solid football, some close calls. The Purdue game, close game. North Texas, close game. And then Maryland, one of those games pulling out late in the fourth quarter. And the same with Charlotte. So just making enough plays at the end to be able to hang in there. We finished the season with what's going to be 10 wins in a row. I mean, it's 8 right now. If South Florida is around to play on Saturday, this game will get played. Haven't heard back from him. Haven't heard anything at all from Memphis. So my prediction is probably we're going to go 10-2. Those are going to be some wins. This game I've been trying to get in for a month and really not getting much of a response from the coach. So it is what it is. We'll end up being 11-1 likely. Go 8-0 in conference. So this will be, I believe, the third time that I've had 11 wins in this season. So that'll be pretty cool. Actually, I think 2 times. I went 12-1 with Nebraska. Oh, excluding bowl games. Just talking about regular season and conference championship. In conference play, East Carolina, 10-1. I believe that path's going to be 11-1. So we're going to be mirror images of each other, 11-1. Undefeated in conference play. That's going to be your matchup for the conference championship game. Let's look at some stats. Looking at team stats. Where do we rank? High in points, high in a lot of stuff. There's a lot of unplayed games still in conference play. I know guys are getting their stuff in now. Been in quite a few games played this week, and I'm sure more over the course of the weekend until we get to the deadline. But in points, we're 33rd overall. First downs, 44th. Like that, the points are higher than the first downs. Always excited about that. Offense, we're 63rd, middle of the pack. Middle of the pack rushing and passing. A little higher than middle of the pack, I should say. But able to do both. Good enough. Third down, 55%. Top quarter of the league. I'll take that. Fourth down, on that. Red zone touchdowns. You don't always have to get in the red zone to score TDs, but I like the ratio of 22-6. Can't factor in turnovers because I don't know how many there are, but 22-6, that means every time you get in the red zone, pretty much every 4 times we're scoring at least 3. You'll take that. Turnovers, just 12 on the season, so probably going to be, high in that. That's good. And you see where we rank. We're 116. It goes in the inverse, so that means we're doing good. We're 19th, have the 19th fewest turnovers in the league. Only 1 fumble loss, 11 interceptions. That's low for me. I'll take that. And then total yards, we're 31st. Defensively, some of this starting to look a little bit better now. Points, 188. So 27th best. First downs, 28. This is what you want to be the reverse. I'd rather give up more first downs than points. It is what it is. In terms of yards, 2,700. So we get more than we gave up. Rushing, plus than that. Passing, plus than that. The third down percentage, 45%. I would like that closer to 40, but 45 will work for me. Fourth down percentage is too high, 7-9. TD field goals, too high for what I would like. I would like for that to be closer to 50%. Obviously, the other way would be nice, but it is what it is, 10-5. And then turnovers. We forced 34 turnovers, tops in the conference, 17th overall in the NDL. We covered 8 fumbles, a lot of those in the first half of the season. Interceptions, 26. Turnovers have kind of cooled of late, but hopefully that'll pick back up in the last couple of games. And then yardage, total 3,000. We got a couple other things here. So in terms of player stats, we're going to have a positive TD interception ratio. Really proud of that. 20-11. We'll see what it looks like after the sim stats. 2,200 yards passing, and the completion percentage is 67, one of the higher completion percentages that I've had. In terms of rushing stats, 1,200 yards for Hughes. He'll end up with more, obviously, with the sim stats, but 16 touchdowns. It's not bad through 10 games. You're looking at a guy that's averaging basically 120 yards a game and at least a touchdown on the ground. Take that, touchdown and a half. Receiving, won't have a 1,000-yard receiver, but that's okay. Ball being spread around. Williams and Brown, basically neck and neck in terms of receptions. Williams had a few more big plays, more touchdowns. He has 9. Brown has 6, with other guys factoring in. And of late, some others being able to get in the end zone. Fleming getting in the end zone. Reggie Brown, the tight end, getting in. Alex getting in as well. Like to see other guys get in too to make it a little bit harder to key on where the ball is going. Obviously, I just wanted to go to the open guy, but hey, statistically, numbers don't lie. If someone tends to get more receptions, more yards, it's probably because the ball may be going their way a little bit more. So trying to diversify the offense a little bit. In terms of the offensive line, Graham and Green have been really good. Between the two, 56 pancakes and 1 sack allowed, like that. First, of course, the weakness. Got to keep our eye on him. Usually my first look when I hike the ball is putting my eyes right in front of the offensive line. So I usually have my eye on him before I start trying to look elsewhere. Defensively, Machado, 74 tackles, leading the team. Ransaw and Rogers were both break over 60 tackles for loss. Machado's been really, really good in that department. 18, 4.5 sacks, leading the team in sacks, or second in team in sacks, sorry, leading in terms of linebackers. Allen was 6. He's gotten hot over the last couple of games. Jenkins also getting hot with 4. I mentioned in the last review that we've been finding ways of being able to get him away from double teams and getting him blocked one-on-one, and he's been able to take advantage. In terms of picks, a couple of guys with more than 3. Rogers, Machado, and Ransaw. So a lot of guys getting interceptions. Ransaw, I think, started the season with 5 games in a row. Might have been 6 in a row with a pick. Doing good. And then in terms of defense, 6 TDs. Not too bad. Forced fumbles, Machado does everything. Forced 4, recovered 1. If you look at it in terms of fumbles, good luck for us. 4, 7, 9, 11, 12. We forced 12 fumbles and recovered 8. That's not going to happen, but we're going to take what we got in the gun. To be honest with you, I'm not crazy. You take what you get, okay? Kicking, 8 of 11. That's not good. It's been better of late, even though we doinked one in the last game against Navy, but big picture, it's better. We need it to continue to get better, not just for the rest of this season if I decide to stay, the following year as well. Pull up the coach contract. I know poll voting is open. That'll get done a little bit later this weekend. Have a little more time because the game's getting done, but let's pull up the coach contract. And before we get there, let's look at the team sheet. So our strength of schedule right now, I believe it's fully updated. There may be one more update. Well, it has to be at least one more. There will have to be at least one more after all the games are sim. But currently, our strength of schedule is 100. Power rating on offense 33, defense 39. Our win percentage for our opponents 30.9%. That's, I don't know how much that changes because you have games that still need to be simmed in conference. It's probably not going to help with South Florida, probably getting all sim losses in Memphis as well. So we'll have to see, I guess, how that plays out. So, yeah, it is what it is. Quad 1, no games played. Quad 2, 1-1. Quad 3, 3-0. And then Quad 4, 5-0, which should probably be 7-0 after the 2 sims. Highest Massey opponent we had was in the top 50, 0-1. No ranked opponents. That's probably going to change with the conference championship. Unranked were 9-1. That's going to be 11-1. P4 were 2-1. And then G5 likely will be 9-0. At home, likely will be 6-0. Home field advantage is 58. Away, 5-1. The advantage, or average home field advantage is 92. And then good point differential. Not that that really matters to me. At the end of the day, you just want to win. As long as you get the win, it doesn't matter. Style points are irrelevant to me, really. And then looking at the stuff here on the side. So opponent win percentage. Boise has the highest. Duke and Maryland will be, well, Temple in conference was the highest. Now out of conference, you can see tend to be a little bit higher. Massey rating Temple is at 66, so trying to help us out there. Maryland just under the 50, Duke at 48, but I believe Duke has not been playing games either, so that's probably not going to help. That's going to drop. What is he at? 64. Offense, Duke the highest. Probably going to drop 2 once you factor in yards. Maryland 49. South Florida, like these are going to drop a bit. And then that's what you got defensively. And then just looking here, you can see the Massey rating of the opponent and their offensive defensive rating. So looking at South Florida, they're sitting at 84. Memphis is sitting at 94. I imagine both of those drop once the sims start going in. But no, it'll give us a couple extra wins. It's not bad. And the last thing we'll look at is the coach contract. Oh, one poll open now. That'll be the end of the regular season poll. Then after the conference championship games, another poll. That'll be the 9th. And then the 10th and final poll will be after all the bowl games and the football playoffs are done. Recap, need to put in the one against Navy. It's done, but I just need to actually put it in on the website. But all the stats are done, coach reports are done. And then I'll have to mark that these games are simmed for these two, just the averages for that. Recapture this bonus points, so I don't have to worry about that, which is kind of nice. We'll see what we got on the coach scores. Not sure. We'll see. And then season success. So the win goal, we're going to meet it, which I'm really surprised by because I did not think that was going to be possible. I just didn't see after starting 1-1 finishing out the season going 9-1, and we ended up going 10-0. It's crazy to me. Conference championship, we should get that. We have no conference losses. Memphis hasn't been around at all, so that for sure is a win. South Florida should be a win too. Really not getting a response and been stood up, so that should clinch the top 2 in a conference championship game. That'll be against East Carolina. There's one against Tulsa, clinch that. We'll get the rival win against Memphis because it's going to be a sim. Awkward to get a rival sim win, but it is what it is. And then bonus points. So we'll get everything here. So all of the season success was accomplished for the 2nd season in a row. And then bonus points, road wins. We had 5. The question, and we actually managed to get a win over win goal. I don't know how that happened, but we actually managed that. And then the question will be the East Carolina game. It is a conference championship game, but it does count towards your season success as well. So a win would give us another win. I don't know who would be home or away. Honestly, have no idea. And then will I be ranked? East Carolina is already sitting at 25. Will I be ranked? I'm not sure. So bonus points potentially for a ranked win or unranked win. Don't know. We'll find out. But looking forward to that game, and we'll see what happens when we get there.